I had this joke going all day. I was like, oh, I'm going to commentate. I'm going to do this joke. And... Anyway, so we should be starting here any second now. I've been trying to find the challenge. What are the rankings of these two right now?
Yeah, I mean, Solski is the top rank in the group. I have to look to see what Silverrain's is. Yeah, Silverrain's the second seed in the group.
So they're both currently 1-0 right now. The winner of this match will go into the knockout stages.
Yes, and looks like we're off.
So you notice we are in Super Metroid right now. We're not going to be in here for long, likely. There's only a couple of checks here we can do, one in logic, one not in logic. So more likely we'll be taking one of our 4 predetermined portals into Hyrule. Oh, Solski's not. Silverrain is.
Yeah, I think Solski tends to do this play from time to time. I think, so if there is something here, it could be really useful. If it's not, then Solski loses about 1.5 minutes. But I think Solski is one of the top players in this entire tournament, so he's probably figuring he can afford to pay this 1.5 minute price for a potential huge pay if it's a good item down here.
And so far, it's not paying off. Silverrain did find the bottom on Lake Hylas Island, and using a tree pull, which, due to the funkiness we have, she was able to get some rupees off. Was that a tier 2 tree pull because she got hit?
Yeah, that would be the tier. It starts off as tier 3 and then downgrades to tier 2 if you get hit.
Okay, so tier 2 pull is the bloopy. We find some super missiles. Not much else. Looks like Silverrain, she's going to try and get another tree pull going on here to get more money. Oh! It gets a great bomb drop!
Yeah, so that'll set her up for a Kakariko clear, should she want to do that.
And of course, we do have custom sprites now in V11. Solski using his patented eggplant. And Silverrain also, she's using blonde hair Link. Alright, so Solski has 50 rupees. He's going to go ahead and buy the bombs. Got another tree pull coming for single rupees. Minish cap Link, thank you. Hoarder crabs just have big arrows, and we're going to check if we need to start worrying about Aghanim right now.
And looks like nope, neither of our runners will be back for that red rupee.
I mean, if you're desperate for that Zoro money, if you're that desperate. Anyway, Solski is going to go ahead and check Strassla's closet. He loves to do something called the Cac skip, where he skips the big majority of the items in Kakariko until later on. I did see we have a pendant on Eastern and a pendant on Death Mountain, and this skip is paying off with the hookshot and the powder in Strassla's closet. I did not see what was on Desert twice now. We've had 2 map checks. I don't know what's on Desert. We're going to go ahead and go all the way into Eastern. He's like, okay, that's a pendant. Something probably might be in here. It's a decent gamble.
Yeah, and with hookshot, like that makes Eastern a little bit faster. It gives him a tool to navigate the dark rooms. And probably more importantly, stun the enemies in the dark rooms.
Ooh, Varia though in Blind's hideout. Plus a bottle. We're going to be able to say hi to the sick kid today, after all. Still don't know about Desert Palace. I think it has to be because I believe one of the 2 pendant dungeons is green. We have Ricky of Kokiri as our tracker today. Thank him for coming in last minute for us. Which is stunned the Stalfos and got a big magic drop instead. But we find more ball bombs and speed booster, more ball bombs in the well, speed booster and Eastern. That is something Solski's going to be happy with.
Yeah. Now, that speed booster also opens up a bunch of checks in Norfair in combination with the Varia suit.
No, we also have Brainstar checks with this as well.
Yeah.
That's 1 expensive heart container for 100 rupees. We're going to see what's in the chicken house now.
Yeah, so I think we've seen 2 out of the 3 items in Eastern.
Looks like we also got the big key, and we get the map, so we have 1 last chance for the 3rd item to see if we're done with this dungeon or not. Checking the sun price. Sun price is a single rupee. Sick kid today for visiting him. We'll give you some nice missiles. Yep. According to chat, yes, the 3rd item is Lamplock. This will kind of tell us how the logic chain goes if there is something back here. Using the hookshot to speed through the pot room in the dark. There are morph ball bombs is pretty good. That does give us our can fly with the morph ball bombs. Area is pretty big. Ooh, Armos is holding on to the last item. So Solski is going to go ahead and now do the Kakariko checks. Silverrain is going to go ahead and do the blind run of this race game. I prefer that play over checking it, to be completely honest. Yeah, you waste some time bombing that wall, but if you check it and it is something, you waste time having to backtrack to go through it.
Yeah, I think every time I have gone and skipped or gone to like check the item, I've just regretted doing so and would have rather have just gone and done it. So yeah.
So it looks like Silverrain, she went ahead and bought some more bombs. The play may be South Shore. Nope, going up to Strasla. So Silverrain's about ready to get her hook shot and powder and speed booster if she goes all the way into Eastern. Now with that hook shot, that does actually make things easier for the mini Moldorm Cave. That was going to be a thing I was going to say here, like, she was probably buying bombs for mini Moldorm. Hookshot also lets us do some nice stuff that was discovered recently called Parapot. So if our runners decide they want... Solski, why are you point-blank hookshotting trees? Okay, anyway. Harapot, which if the runners want to have a faster way to get the green pendant, they feel like somebody's on a green pendant, the hook shot will get them up there faster.
Yeah, and I mean, they might all. I think like for Harapot, it becomes significantly easier if you have boots. So I guess we'd see if the. I presume Solski knows how to do it bootsless, but I don't know about Silverrain.
Yes, we have seen a live seed so far in this tournament that had Morphball at Speed Booster location. And as my buddy Link here said just not too long ago, that Speed Booster was very, gets you to that area. And you just got very quiet? Oh, no.
So Silverrain gets her speed booster, and Solski is now going back and cleaning up Kakariko.
Game audio needs to be lowered. Okay, that's weird. Hopefully someone can get on that here soon. So as our runners are checking each other's stuff, I don't know how my mic is now too low. Alright, Ricky's on it. Thanks, Ricky. Anyway, as I was saying before, while the runners check each other's stuff, we are being sponsored for this tournament by Rank1.global. It is a social media website made for gamers and streamers just like everyone here. You can find other friends using the same game lists that you want. Check out their streams and posts and stuff like that. So as you see here, Silverrain, she does have a rank 1. Not only follow her on.
Yeah, it looks like Silverrain got a bit low on health exiting this room. And unfortunately takes a death in the key room. We'll see if she decides to go back in for the big key chest, which it looks like she is. Solski looks to be setting up for Houlihan. So he's going to be getting a free 225 rupees. Solski doing a hookshot clip to get to that first chest in the dam. And so Solski presumably going to continue with the South Shore checks. Silverrain getting the damage boost just off of the anti-fairies themselves to get the big key chest. Solski instead is going to do the Desert Ledge and Agina's Cave checks. Actually, not going to check Desert Ledge right away, just heading for Agina's Cave. Silverrain also getting the hookshot clip to the chest inside of Dam.
So it looks like both our runners are now going to go ahead and do the south.
Yeah, so both runners are going to be in Mini Moldorm Cave at about the same time.
These big magic drops has been massive.
So now we'll see if our runners decide to go to Ice Rod Cave or go for a fake flipper here.
I think both runners are going to do both. Looks like they're both on the path to Ice Rock Cave. However, Solski does have the Zora money. It's not logic. We do not have the flippers or the power glove. And we don't even have the Moon Pearl right now, actually. So I'm not sure the Zora play will actually pay off for Solski right now. Oh, that hammer, though, is pretty big. Does nothing right now, but it's pretty big.
Yeah, I mean, that provides 1/3 of the Dark World access. Our runners just need a glove and a Moon Pearl to be able to get into Dark World.
No, Solski's going to go for it. Oh, good.
Yep, so Solski just did the fake flipper off the screen transition. Is going to first go and check Hobo and see what item he has.
Ooh! Hammer and powder, however, can get you into Magic Bat, and we can see what the Magic Bat is. That's actually the only thing right now I can think that's in logic aside from Super Metroid right now. Speaking of Super Metroid, the guy at the bridge has some hamburgers.
Yeah, so I think that's... Actually, I'm not sure if that's the first or the second Power Bomb pack that we've seen. But power bombs are really important in Super Metroid, especially early on, and you want to ideally have 2 or 3 power bomb packs before you do a whole lot in Super Metroid.
We do have morph ball bombs though. That is our. Oh no! Solski takes a death from the fake flippers. He was out of the water, but he still hits the crab for the insta kill.
Yeah, I think he was on just 1 heart at the time anyway, so I think...
No, he had 4.
Okay. He must have taken a
he had
heal.
1 heart? He had 1 heart? I could have sworn he was at 4, my bad. Sorry, going back to what I was going to say. Hyrule Dungeon is also on Logic 2. Which is what the runners are doing.
Yeah, and they have the key from the sanctuary chest, so they can go all the way through to the back, assuming they're comfortable with the dark rooms, which I believe both these runners are.
Yeah, they're going to be very comfortable with that lamp in their inventories as well. Anyway, we find Glove. That will also get us up Death Mountain as well, which will put Speed Booster into a checkable check.
So we see another power bomb pack in the castle dungeon. So that gives us another power bomb pack, and so that'll make Brinstar more convenient once runners get Morph Ball.
Now again, with Morph Ball bombs, they're really only looking at about 3 to 4 packs total, though. Just because if they get into any like soft lock situations, they can just Morph Ball themselves out most of the time.
Yeah, that's a good point. So like the power bomb packs aren't nearly as valuable as they normally would be, but still you don't want to be in a situation where you run out and a runner's doing death warps to get back to the start. And now we're gonna check the escape.
They're basically holding hands right now. As much of a hand holding as a elf boy does to an eggplant.
Yeah, Solski electing to pick up the heart along the way to be at full health. These rooms, I mean, with Hookshot, he can rip through all these enemies, but these are enemies that could just like kind of pop up out of nowhere and nickel and dime your health. But it's significantly less challenging than it would be if they did not have the lamp.
Yeah, and Solski's showing off some better execution right now. Missed the mouse the first time. But we were back in sync.
And nothing terribly important in the back of Escape. The Super Pack is probably the most valuable thing there, because our runners will want to have 30 supers at least by the time they get to Ridley. Assuming they don't get charge and plasma and all that by the time that they get to Lower Norfair.
Alright, so Silverrain has decided she is going to start doing some Super Metroid checks. Solski has yet to check Bat, so she's going to go back and check the Bat. With Speed Booster, we have a few more checks Silverrain can do down here. E-Tank in the ceiling and Beb missiles is available. Oh no, it's not available because you need power bombs for that, not Speed Booster. My bad.
Yeah. So actually, there's nothing really that's opened up other than that the ceiling item's actually in logic. But this time will just basically even out between the time that Solski took at the beginning of the race. And then we'll see if Silverrain decides to go and check the Brinstar items. So we're gonna see Silverrain do a short charge here.
So-
And then
So how many items are available for us to check here? I know we got Terminator. We got 2 in early missiles.
yeah, and then 2 in Big Pink. So a total of 5 checks, of which we've seen the first one. And I guess actually there's a 6th check that isn't in logic, which is the item under the bridge. It is possible to get that by quick dropping through the blocks, but if you fail the quick drop and the blocks reform above you, it's a soft lock because you don't have Morphball to use bombs to get out.
Alright, checking early supers here. We got the final medallion. That's out of logic right now. Quake. We get Wave Beam. That's actually a pretty nice find.
So that wave beam, that opens up Crocomire.
Oh.
Yeah, that's important because the other day I actually had a seed where Morph Ball was at the Croc E-Tank.
Well, we actually have to get to Northville first. Do we have any other way to get to Northville right now?
That is true. Okay, I thought, for some reason I thought we had already found a glove. I guess we haven't yet.
Oh, speaking of glove, now Crocomire's in logic.
Yeah. So as I said, Crocomire's in logic.
Never doubted you once, buddy. Never doubted you once. Why a glove would be in Big Pink anyway, no one would know and no one will talk about it. Anyway, we're going to go ahead back all the way out of Super Metroid and probably go ahead and climb Death Mountain.
Solski doing a nice Shine Spark up to that glove.
Gotta be careful with your health there. Shine Spark does take away your health.
Yeah, I think Silverrain decided to do a Shine Spark because it's a little bit safer, because if you do the jump through those blocks, then you have a chance of getting stuck in them without Morph Ball. And Solski doing the same thing. And the reason that the runners are jumping through there and not, or Shine Sparking through there and not just running, is because they want to jump over or avoid the speed blocks that are on the floor that would lead down to the Decora that teaches you how to Shine Spark, which is a complete waste of time in a randomizer.
Don't you mean the fried chicken or future fried chicken?
I mean, if these runners clear Super Metroid last, then most likely yes. So, Silverrain doing a ship refill. This might be to set up for a front of gauntlet check.
No.
Just...
Once the health for Norfair.
Yeah, that was the other thing. Technically, you can Shine Spark into Gauntlet, but you cannot actually get out. But it would be a way to get the information as to what item is there. So Solski looks to now be heading to Death Mountain, where they'll be able to go through the Norfair portal, and he'll also be able to see the other 3, well, actually way more than 3 items that are available on Death Mountain, because he has the hook shot.
Yep, that will give us all our Paradox Cave and Spyro Cave as well. Plus, I also
with Hammer, he can also get to Tower of Hera.
Yep. And Hera, with the lamp, we can full clear it, is our green pendant, so that will be a net positive 3 items once you turn that pendant. But with how most of these seeds have been putting like very big important items in Lower Norfair, you may have to bet on PRNG and go into Lower Norfair right now.
Yeah, well, you can't... I mean, our runners would need more first to be able to do that. And I think with so many checks open, I think our runners are probably going to put that off until they have some better movement items. Because I don't think our runners really want to infinite bomb jump up Worstrom in the game.
No, not Lower Norfair. I mean Upper Norfair. My bad. Did I say Lower?
Oh yeah, yeah. Upper Norfair. Yeah, that is a very reasonable check.
Sorry.
And there are several items that do not require morph in Upper Norfair, in the Bubble Mountain area.
Yeah, no, like my practices last week had something in Speed Boost location. In the race I lost last week, the second I had the ability to go into Speed Booster, I decided to do so and found Morph Ball in like 9 minutes. But we're going to go ahead and do our Paradox Cave checks, which so far has been mostly nothing. More big pots. All the big pots today. There's our moon pole.
So that's Dark World access.
And an ice rod, so that's also TRB and pendant. Silverrain decided to go up Paradox Cave to go down Spiral to climb back up Paradox Cave. That is a play. Solski's gonna go ahead and check Hera.
Yeah, at this point, like, I think you're here, you might... Hera doesn't take that long, you might as well. I mean, about the biggest time sink in Hera is if you're forced to do the basement. And that is kind of a coin flip, although it is a coin flip that our runners have lost today. I mean...
Yeah, no. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, they could gamble with Herapaw and just hope there's nothing in the big chest, but... Oh, wow! Our runners have both the big key and small key on floor 1, or in the first 2 checks.
So that's going to be Herapaw up. We'll hope that there's only a dungeon item in the chest in the basement. We did actually see some progression in Eastern, so that was a pendant. This could be one of those seeds where all 3 pendant dungeons have progression.
Yeah, I mean, I think our runners are hoping that they can skip one of those pendants at least. But I mean, with 2 of them in the light world, it's kind of inevitable that you're going to just have to do those dungeons, and they're pretty quick.
Yeah, we do have confirmation that there's an item in the basement, thanks to finding those other 2 dungeon items. Now, do you go ahead and take a bathroom break right now? Wait, how did the second... Well, wait, no, wait, it's 3 hammerheads, sorry. Ah, it's been a day.
Yeah, I mean, still a very clean Moldorm fight from Solski. Not getting trolled too much. But yeah, again, Solski having a ton of experience with this game. It should, like, has done that fight hundreds and hundreds of times.
And we are getting ourselves our coffee break here, or bathroom break, or however you want to say break. So Solski's going to dance. It's actually a dance break. Everyone stand up and dance around. Dance, dance, dance around.
Yes, Silverrain just choosing to climb the tower the traditional way. Again, so the Harapot setup that Solski used was a bootsless setup because he didn't have the boots. And it's possible that Silverrain just might not be as comfortable with the bootsless setup, and climbing the towers a little slower, but not by that much, and you can potentially soft lock by failing Harapot, so might as well just go for the safe play.
Well, we did go into the basement and found there was nothing. Actually, it's not basement, it's the first floor. First floor, because you start out this dungeon on the second floor. Gotta stop saying it's the basement. I'm sorry. So he's going to go ahead and drop down Spiral.
So Silverrain starting her Trolldorm or Moldorm fight.
Ooh! Now it's Trolldorm. You had it right the first time.
Yeah. What just happened is why a lot of us who have played this game a lot refer to this boss as Trolldorm. Solski gets an 8 bomb drop and immediately decides to go back for it, which is absolutely the correct decision. Because he was actually running a little bit low, and and especially having picked up that bomb capacity upgrade, he's now at 12, which is much more comfortable.
Alright, we're going to get a hype cave check. Everyone get their hype emotes in chat. I see the sleeper emote. I see it. Alright, hype check. 5 items coming up. First item is going to be $20. We're going to follow that by some super missiles. The Titan's Mitts! Alright. That is a Titan's Mitts out of 10. That is more lift.
Yeah, that's actually pretty early Titan's Mitts, at least for seeds I've had in the past while. Also, I saw 5-6 on TR, and I saw the last pendant on Skull Woods.
I didn't see where the other 5-6 was. I was about ready to point in. I saw the Skull Woods. Thieves Town's other 5-6. So with that setup, there's not much that could be actually inside Pyramid aside from Super Metroid items.
Yeah, I mean, bow potentially. I mean, there are a few things that, but Turtle Rock has the most item requirements out of any Link to the Past dungeon, which makes sense because it's the last dungeon, or intended last dungeon.
The Game Boy Advance Link to the Past calls it level 7. Don't know why. They just call it level 7. They call Gaines Tower level 8. Silverrain walking out of Hera. This could mean Silverrain, she is going to go into Norfair. No, we're going to go look at Dark World from her end. Okay.
Yeah, might just want to do the map check. Maybe considering... I mean,
no,
technically...
no way to do Spike Cave.
Yeah, technically you could do Spike Cave, but you don't really have enough hearts at this point, and no other invincibility items, so you would... I don't think it's possible to survive it at this point.
No, there's no way you can survive it. No invincibility items, and you have 5 hearts. I don't think you get past the first curve. Oh, Solski, after checking Catfish, finding out there was nothing. Are we doing Dark Death Mountain checks now?
I mean, he's heading that way. Meanwhile, Silverrain deciding to do Norfair checks. And Silverrain looks to be following that Speed Booster and Wave Beam combo to get into Crocomire.
I'm going to assume they're going to she's going to check Speed Booster first. Small shield. Oh no. Oh wait. Can she get up? No, she actually can't get up there because you need high jump boots or space jump to get up there. Never mind. My bad on that one.
Yeah, I mean, there is a Shine Spark you can do in the pre-cathedral room to get up that where you normally need the high jump boots. I'm actually not sure if that one is in logic. I think it might be because it's not a short charge. It just requires a kind of, not really terribly tight, but it requires you to do a somewhat tight jump.
Okay. Ether for TR, by the way.
To answer a question in chat, this is normal logic.
So there's really, I think, only 2 logical checks here. This one here. Oh, nope. Nope. Decided he's going to get the refill first.
Yeah. Health not looking particularly great at the moment. Was there anything exciting in the Hookshot Cave?
Not that I saw. Nothing exciting in Super Bunny either. So it looks like there's going to be some VOO checks.
So, Silverrain gonna spark over to the Croc power bombs.
There's our flutes. That now gets us into Mire.
Yeah, so once Silverrain checks Hype Cave,
Can't go that
Silverrain
way.
cannot actually get the item in this room because there's a morph tunnel.
And while we've seen runners get into Grapple Room, that area is actually out of logic because it requires a Stutter 3-tap charge.
Yeah, well, the Indiana Jones item requires that Stutter 3 tap. The grapple item requires a Green Gate glitch.
Well, if you get it to grapple through the same way you get into Indiana Jones, like through the the runway down there.
Yeah, but yeah, you'd either need to get the short charge or have morph to be able to get through that runway. The jumps up to the upper doors or the doors at the top of the rooms in Croc's lair are actually really annoying to get without high jump boots. You see Silverrain struggling a little bit with those and then choosing to shine spark out of the Crocomire room. Also showing us that that platform at the very bottom of that room is made out of speed booster blocks. Solski trying to do the bomb jump to get to the big chest. Unfortunately falling into the pit a couple of times. Does get another Skullwood small key. Did Silverrain ever wind up checking the Crocky tank item?
Nope. Nope, not at all.
Yeah, so that is one in-logic item that has been left unchecked on Silverrain's side. So we can only hope that that is not Morph Ball or some other very important item.
Nothing on bumper ledge.
Yeah, I mean, the only way that that flute could be progression really is, well, I guess actually it could be in Mire Shed, or it could technically be, well, without a sword it could not be in Mire itself, because you need a sword in order to use any of the medallions. And you need one of the medallions to open up Misery Mire.
Oh, hey, there's the mirror. Now we got Desert open. And we got checkerboard and like 50 other checks open with that. Oh, by the way, duck memes. Did I do that right? Press the action button to quack.
Yeah, so at the very least, that flute is just going to be convenient travel through Link to the Past, and that's flippers on the desert ledge.
Which, with the mirror and the mitts and the flute, is in logic. Which now opens up nothing because we don't have sword to go into Ice Palace. Never mind. But we do have Swamp open. Thank you. Thank you, chat.
Yeah, and Swamp having 6 items in it, so it probably, as soon as our runners are able to go there, we may see them go there. Solski taking a heal from that bunny beam that's under that pot in Thieves Town. And then going a slightly inefficient route to the other 2 chests in Thieves Town.
And of course, you know, since we do have, you know, everything needed, we can just get this whole dungeon done in one go and get our first crystal to see.
Yeah, Thieves Town is often the first dungeon that you will see runners go for in Dark World, just because it has so few requirements. And Silverrain has checked Hype Cave, has her Titan's Mitts, so she will now have access to Desert and to the Flippers.
So let's see where Silverrain decides to go with that save and quit. Looks like there's some indecision here. That's a flu out, so we possibly have a chance to go check Meyer's shed. Mind you, Solski has the mirror, so the second he gets the flute out of Croc area, we'll be able to do more. Oh, there's a grapple beam.
Yeah, so that grapple beam doesn't really do much right now, but it will eventually give the runners logical access to wrecked ship, as well as X-ray and Shack Tool, where Shack Tool once they get some other items. But Grapple's always an item I hate seeing because it's one of those signals that there could be progression at Shack Tool. And Shack Tool is just such a slow check that you don't want to have to do. But I have seen progression there on way too many occasions.
That grapple, though, you know, kind of also points us towards the Croc Iron being something. So it's like, Sosi counted the items, decided that there's nothing in the big chest.
Yeah, it figures like you have the hammer and there's nothing in that big chest, and then on the time that you have to clear it without the hammer, there's always an item left in the big chest, and then you... Yeah, and those are the situations that you really hate, having to leave that one item behind. But not today.
Pretty scripted fight right now from Oh no! I jinxed it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, that said, with the hammer, having to do the fight with the hammer, the fight is a lot different than with the sword. So it's a lot more difficult to stay on script. So Solski still had a very good fight, all things considered.
So she's gonna go ahead and start doing some mirror checks as Silverrain finds her blue outfit.
Yeah, having that blue mail will make it a lot nicer to be moving around with so few hearts. That said, it's like you always prefer to have a little bit more health than this, but it's not as dire. Range choosing to take the frog and is going to be rescuing the blacksmith, but is going to have to save and quit.
Oh! Solski just found Morph Ball at Graveyard Ledge.
That's kind of a awful location for it. Like, that's one of those locations that you tend not to be in that area as much. It's not exactly a convenient place to go to, so it might be a very long time until Silverrain actually makes her way over there.
That also now gives Solski, like, 60-odd checks he can do now in Super Metroid, aside from the ones we've already seen.
Yeah, that is definitely, yeah, that is true, and it's like, I mean, yeah, it's more falls probably like the one thing that opens, one singular thing that opens up the most checks by itself. Which can be a good and a bad thing, because like, it gives you a lot of options, but having a lot of options isn't always great when you're doing these seeds, because you have to then kind of coin flip them a little bit as to what is actually the right thing to do and what will get you your next progression.
And what's worse is this seed has been so restricted for the last 50 so minutes. Like, there's been one linear path the seed wanted to be on. Now you just have the whole world is your oyster now, kind of.
Yeah. But I mean, so at this point, like, that means that, yeah, like the early Morphless checks, apart from Brinstar, didn't really pan out with anything other than that flute, which isn't really going to give us any progression today. So unfortunately, Silverrain did not get as much of an advantage out of that as she would have hoped.
So Solski is going to be able to do the full chain here. We have to grab the purple chest and turn that in before moving on to other things.
Yeah, so Solski giving the purple chest the world tour, which not having boots makes that play a little more appetizing, because you're not losing as much time as if you had boots and were unable to use them. So yeah, we see, like, there's a way that you can, I'm not sure the technical details, but there is a way that you can abandon the purple chest, but then still get the reward for it. And because Solski doesn't have boots, he's choosing not to do that.
Honestly, it just has something to do that if you talk to the dude after you mirror, the game recognizes that the chest was following you at some point in time. Some of the super in-depth tricks I don't know anything about, to be completely honest. I just know how to do them. But purple chest is nothing. We're going to see possibly a reset. Yep. Solski's about ready to spend the next 40 minutes or so in Super Metroid.
Yeah, so we'll see what Solski decides to do. If he decides to go to wrecked ship, or if he decides to do the Bryn loop play. Looks like he's starting off with the landing site power bombs. Flute was at Crocomire power bombs.
Alright. So, since we're about an hour in, and we're about ready to get some more checks here, don't forget, we're being sponsored this tournament by Rank1.Global. It's a social network for gamers. You can, post your favorite games, meet people who also have the same taste in favorite games, check out streams and YouTubes and all that stuff, and post updates. And don't forget to follow SpeedGaming on there and check out the SMZ3 tournament stuff going on.
Solski making his way through Gauntlet. Took some damage through there, but knew how much health he had, knew he was fine to get through. And nothing really in back of Gauntlet.
Yeah, front Gauntlet was only 300 rupees, so not too big of a check here.
Yeah, and I think like our runners by this point have enough rupees for all the checks. I think actually has Zora. Oh,
Zora has the mid checks.
Yeah, because Solski died on his way to Zora, right?
But he also has right now 1,400 rupees.
Yeah, so he has enough to complete the seed, like with 0 more rupees.
Right now, rupees are going to be best used for. Spades are right behind Wave Beam. That's hilarious. If they want potions, which Silverrain is using a potion right now. Of course you dropped that. I knew you was going to drop that emote.
Yeah, got to shout out the Sephi beam.
While I was learning Super Metroid and starting to practice this game, every time I found it in Randomizer, this dude just spams out of my chat. Ooh, book. That could be interesting later on.
Yeah, I mean, Quake, there are some uses for Quake. There's like the Pen Gators and Ice Palace will get one shot by Quake. So, but yeah, it's not something that like our runners need. And Solski, unfortunately, failing the mock ball out of the Edikun power bomb, so has to wall jump his way back up.
That looks like my gameplay right there. Me failing the wall jumps after failing the mock ball. Oh, Silver doesn't have the. Silver didn't. Should have grabbed the mirror.
Yeah, remind me where Mirror was.
Sea House.
Oh yeah, that will be very unfortunate if Silverrain just completely forgets about that check.
Oh, there's our first sword, by the way, in hour 2.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of seeds with very late first swords. And yeah, it's like it's and
Solski
even
showed
very
off that. Did you see what Solski did? He timed the super missile to go in as the power bomb was clearing that out. Anyway, we're getting our Zora checks now. Waterfall Caves up first. So he decides going to get some health.
Yeah, and we should note that Solski was not able to check that when he was in that area because he was in fake flipper state without morph ball, or sorry, without moon pearl.
Oh, the purple orb, yeah. Some extra health isn't too bad.
Yeah, it's a very expensive E-tank. Did we see what was on the ledge?
I know we did, but I didn't see in chat didn't freak out, so I don't think there was anything there. Arrows, okay. And sometimes I just let the chat do my job. Solski! Solski! Oh no, he glitched us! Sometimes Power Bombs glitches that I am location.
Yeah, I mean, in all the times I've played this, I have or watched this, I have never seen that happen.
We get written down waterway. It was something that I think only Solski has done it now that I'm thinking about it. Because I remember, this was like back in December 2018 in the main Discord, people was showing videos that, that Powerbomb just glitched out that area. I don't think we ever found out what caused it, but I think Solski was the one who did it both times. I could be wrong, but that's why I know that's a thing. It's because the power bombs just mess it up. Guys, these are perfectly made games.
Yeah, perfectly made, no glitches at all.
Solski, you have more power bombs. You could just, yeah, okay. Now we get to see the rest of Retro Brun. So we're getting some comments in chat that Silverrain skipped Sea House, which could be absolutely devastating, unfortunately. So get your energy out for Silverrain. She needs to be pushed that way as we find the gravity suit. Is that everything we could do now in Super Metroid?
Yeah, I think every item location is available except for GT missiles.
That we need Space Jump for that, but we can still check it though.
Yeah, so we have 99 locations that can be grabbed and 1 that can be checked.
Solski, we're not going to be seeing Hyrule on Solski's side until he gets around to Lower Norfair. This has turned into a 100% speedrun Super Metroid on the right screen.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll depend somewhat too on what items he finds, because there might be something that he finds that kind of just points him right back to Link to the Past. But yeah, he's probably going to be in Super Metroid for a while. Probably at least going to do Wrecked Ship.
I want to take a bet that he's going to try to not save Wrecked Ship for last, so he can do the whole kill Fantoon and get out.
Yeah, I mean, it's a possible play he could make. Okay, his health is fine with the having grapple and Varia suit. That's a little bit scary. If you didn't have those items, that would be very scary health to be at, because without grapple or space jump, you would need to tank at least one spike hit. But yeah, not a concern in this case.
Regardless of what's going on here, don't forget to give these runners a follow. They're putting on a great show. Solski is easily one of the top 5 runners of SMZ3. He was the second place finisher in the last tournament, wasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I know, yeah. Actually, yeah, forget what the end result was, but either way, Solski, I'd say, is definite conversation of people who could win this tournament.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it was Andy Solski, and Andy won 3 games to 0. Was it? I don't think it was. I don't know. Might be misremembering things.
Yeah, so we have Silverrain clearing out Pod. We'll see. Yeah, I don't think Silverrain has done Potion Glitch to get the right side items unless I missed it.
No, found the key and went straight to the back.
So Solski is heading in the direction of Wrecked Ship. More hamburgers for Silverrain. And Solski heading into Wrecked Ship. So we'll be seeing a spooky missiles check from Solski.
Solski was in the bronze game. That's my bad. So it was Aussie and Andy that went to 3 games. It was Solski and Hitaka in the bronze game. Sorry, I went back to VODs. Don't forget, all of the VODs are on YouTube if you're looking for something to binge watch during these times right now. We're about to get our first Super Metroid boss kill. Andy did beat Solski, though, in the semifinals, which triggered the bronze game for Solski. So I was right, there was a match between Andy and Solski, but yeah.
Solski in the Fantoon fight.
Do some Doppler strats.
Yeah, unfortunately misses the eye open. Looks like should just be one more round left.
Nope. Got the super in there for the last hit, and Fantoon's down. We'll see if he decides to do the rest of Wreck Ship.
I mean, there's really not really much reason for him not to at this point, because he's already here, and it would take a lot of time to get back here.
We're almost to the magic 60 super missiles.
Yeah, in fact, like, Solski already has enough ammo to beat the game entirely. Although he has enough, because Solski definitely knows how to speed Zeb skips, so he definitely has enough ammo.
A couple more E-tanks will be nice.
Yeah, but I think if push comes to shove, Solski can finish the game on 3 tanks. And yeah, Solski not taking the save for checking the Wreck Ship E-Tank has plenty of movement items to get through Spiky Room of Death, so it's more just Pointy Room of Inconvenience to him.
Looks like it's ether for both dungeons, but we do not have a sword. Yes, Silverrain, we do not have a sword.
Yeah, Silverrain just hammers the tablet thing in frustration.
Yeah, you can't get down there.
Yeah, Silverrain needs Screw Attack or Morph Ball to get through there.
Just sitting on the save screen. It's something like this, something small, is one of those things you're never going to forget. Solski said no. For the longest time, he had an emote of a location he forgot. And I'm pretty sure Andy also, the reason why the dude in the little thieves hideout in Lost Wood talked about Andy is because Andy forgot something there too once.
Silverrain grabbing the key in Skull Woods and using it to check the front.
Solski's at the end of the wreck ship journey. We saw there was nothing speed booster locked. So we got one check here, one check where gravity suit normally is. The wreck ship was pretty much empty.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with wrecked ship, and this is like, or in any SM randomizer, it tends to either be completely empty or like packed with stuff. And it tends to just be either or.
So we're now going down Red Tower. This will lead us to Kraid and the rest of the Upper Norfair checks.
Solski barely dodging the single arrow. Solski almost getting the ball boost across to Alpha PBs, but just barely it falls short of it and falls into one of the vile plumes.
We'll probably go ahead and see the X-ray check here soon on the Solski side.
And Silverrain turning in the green pendant that both our runners have had for like 40 minutes or so.
More peeps.
Yeah, so nothing crucial, but not like the worst thing to be behind it. Solski having a bit of trouble grappling to the top of X-ray room. Eventually gets it.
Rechecking Upper Norfair on Silverrain side.
Silverrain might just be going back to check the Croc E-tank.
I mean, like right now at this point in time, we're hoping it's nothing. Hoping it's nothing so Silverrain pushes herself back towards Sea House.
Yeah, I mean, we see Silverrain going for all the one-offs right now. Finds a shield, decides to pick it up. I know there's a lot of runners who will try their absolute hardest to avoid picking up any shields because they don't want to get mirror shield, which adds a ton of lag. Solski considers for a couple seconds, but decides to open the Meridia tube and go into Meridia. And Silverrain is green gate glitching to check the grapple beam item. Solski trying for the Stutter 4 setup to get the Main Street missiles. Eventually gives up on that and is going to do... It's just going to check the item, is not going to go for the easier short charge on the upper ledge. But...
And
yeah, it's
we'll
just
find out.
missiles. So, Solski, seeing the X-ray scope, looked like for a second like he was deciding whether or not he wanted to take it, but ultimately decides against picking it up. Which I think is defensible given that he doesn't have charge or plasma at this point, so it's unlikely he'd be able to get to use it for microwaving Batoon and Dragon. Silverrain going to be going into Ice Palace. She can complete this dungeon. It's going to
no
be...
sword.
Oh, right. No, she can't. She doesn't have a sword. If it weren't for that, she would have been able to complete the dungeon.
Yeah. I gotcha. As Solski goes back through Meridia, I want to talk about Rank 1 Global some more, since I just followed my buddy here, 64-bit Link, there. And I'll probably give Silverrain64 a follow here as well. It is a social media site that is sponsoring this tournament, giving out some prize money to the winner. Nice fun stuff there. You can show off your favorite games, find other streamers with the same taste in games and all that good stuff.
Solski checking the aqueduct items. Has speed booster, so he is not going to soft lock in this race.
Alright, checking the right sand pit. Oh, we're going to go ahead and go all the way down to Shaktul. Solski is not going to orphan that area.
Yeah, do we see what the right item in that sand pit was?
I don't think so. I did not see it. More than likely, this was more just to see if Shaktul has anything. Then to reset out.
Yeah, Solski having to do a bit of a tricky jump to get up there. At this point, I think I would do... There's a gravity jump setup that I think is a little bit easier, and maybe Solski is trying to set that up. Yeah, looks like that's what he's doing. Unfortunately, doesn't quite get it, but you can just try it again. And correct. Without high jump boots or space jump, Shack Tool is not in logic.
Solski decided to abandon it. Silverrain is just baffled.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the unfortunate thing, is if you do forget an item, it can be really hard to figure out what you orphaned and get back there.
Especially with SMZ3, you have, you know, up to 300 checks basically, not counting, you know, Gaines Tower, but every second Silverrain does not realize she is missing C-shape house, because every second Solski gets a little bit farther. We're in the area! You're in the area! But you're walking the wrong way.
Solski demonstrating why Batoon has the worst hitbox ever. But eventually dispatches Batoon. With still plenty of super missiles left.
Oh, that was space jump. So yeah, I'm getting that.
Yeah, so that will put Shack Tool into logic, along with our with GT missiles. So now Super Metroid is entirely in logic.
Yeah, comment chat. It must be frustrating, but the thing is, you can easily get back down to Shack's area from where Solski's at right now, so it's not that big of a turnaround. This would have been like finding Space Jump in Franker Z. Silverrain, if the uncle's gone, you've collected that already. Silverrain's like, where did my uncle go? Uncle!
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the one thing you kind of got to do in that situation, is just like try to retrace and figure out where you missed something.
Does Solski have the health for fried shrimp right now? Looks like we're going to try to use speed shrimp.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Solski has plenty of health at this point for, like, whatever method of Dragon kill he wants to do. Was trying to set up for a grapple kill, but unfortunately, when Dragon is gooping left to right, sometimes she can just lose aggro. But gets it the second time.
Well, that's 2 Super Metroid bosses down. For nada. This opens up Plasma as well as Shack Tool. So I wouldn't be surprised. Actually, Plasma you can get down to the Shack Tool location as well. We are still missing that one item in we didn't see what that one other item was in right sandpit though.
Yeah. Solski gonna save outside of Dragon's room, which indicates he's going to do a plasma and shack tool check so that he can reset back there if he doesn't find anything. Which might also indicate that he plans to go to Link to the Past afterwards, because this also would put him right back near the Meridia to Dark Ice Rod Cave portal.
Now, don't forget to give these runners a follow. Yes, it's unfortunate what happened on Silverrain's side. Silverrain will still, can still come back, pending something happening with Solski. The race isn't over yet.
Yeah, Solski just sees 10 arrows at Plasma and resets. He, getting out of that room, he had the means to do it, but it would have been really slow to kill the Plasma Pirate, so not worth doing so. So we'll see if Solski decides to check Shack Tool now, or if he decides to put that check off. It looks like he's just leaving. I mean, I think that's reasonable. It's not like, if you have to get back to Shack Tool, it's not going to take that long. Yeah. So Solski taking off his gravity suit to make these jumps over these roly-poly enemies a little bit easier. They have an official name that escapes me at the moment. Yeah, thanks, Rushlight. So, okay, so Solski is just going to use that to get quickly back to Norfair, and is now going to kill Creed and then probably go right back into Norfair.
He has no, he can go ahead and do all of Lower Norfair too. Health is a little scary, but I mean, I'm pretty sure Solski can handle it.
Yeah, I anticipate, actually, he might do some upper Norfair checks first, just because it would be, there are items that he could find that would make his lower Norfair much faster, like screw attack or charge beam or plasma. High jump boots.
Looks like Silverrain's going to go ahead and do Spike Cave, that red potion setup. Oh, I actually got blue potions.
Solski, meanwhile, getting a nice, great, quick kill. Is refarming the mini crate to get more super missiles. Which actually is an indication he might be heading right into Lower Norfair. So now, gonna check the crate E-tank. And just blueberries, not gonna bother with those. And getting the nice, what we call mouth ball, the mock ball out of Kraid's mouth under the super blocks. Checking high jump and finding the mushroom, so Solski now having himself a fetch quest. He'll probably want to hang on to that mushroom for in case he finds King of Samaria and can. Well, no, he already has the powder, so.
And they've already checked bat.
Yeah, touche. So, forget anything I said about that. And just 20 bucks at Croc Escape. He will not be back for those. Although that said, maybe he'll choose to leave Norfair via Croc Escape if he does Crocomire last. And Solski finding the Master Sword in the lava. So Solski with both required sword upgrades. Ideally, also will eventually find a tempered sword, but the tempered sword is nice, but certainly not required. And Solski is in fact going to check Speed Booster.
Two items up for grabs there. We get the silver arrows, so that's going to save some time once we find the bow.
Yeah, and I mean, Silvers also makes a Ganon kill with Silvers, or a Ganon kill with Master Sword, a little more palatable. Doing this, I know that Solski is definitely capable of doing a silverless kill with Master Sword, but that's also a very slow way to kill Ganon. So the silvers will help quite a bit.
What is it, 24 spin sloshes for phase 4?
Yeah. It's definitely, definitely really slow, and the longer the fight goes on, the greater the chance that something goes wrong, and you barely have enough magic for the entire thing. Although with half magic, that's not nearly as big of a deal, because you have basically twice the amount of magic you would have in low percent.
Plus, we have potions too. I'm sure if he felt like all 3 shields were in Norfair, Upper Norfair, Mirror Shield. What? Okay, that's kind of funny though.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see Mirror Shield from either runner, but it's because, again, Mirror Shield, because it technically counts as 2 sprites, it adds a bunch of lag. So, to answer a question in chat, Silverrain forgot to check Sea House and missed out on her mirror, and the morph ball is locked behind mirror at Graveyard Ledge, so Silverrain is basically stuck until she finds her way back to Sea House.
Solski is going to Lower Norfair. We're skipping Croc for now. Mind you, that is only the flute, and we have the means to get into desert other ways right now.
Solski setting up a 2-tap to be able to dodge all the flames there, because while you're in that state where you have blue echoes, you are invulnerable while you're passing through them.
We're still missing a lot of items though. We're missing. Well, I've already say fire rod, so that space jump is required.
Yep.
We're also missing the bow and the cane, possibly boots, and that's it.
Yeah.
At this point in time, Kane can still be on pedestal. And Bo can be in Pyramid Fairy.
And I mean, if Kane were on pedestal, that would just be evil at this point because of just how late that would put, how late Skull Woods would be. I mean, I guess the one bright side to that is you would be able to just go right from Skull Woods to Pulphead, but I'm sure our runners would rather not do that at all.
But what our runners would like to do is appreciate Neon Karen for the Twitch Prime subs. Thank you so much for that Twitch Prime sub. Keeping us in business. Are we going to see out of boredom Spore Spawn? We're going to see an out of boredom Spore Spawn. Oh, because okay, you will never find progression back here because the game never expects you to go back here without having the means to get out. So, what can you tell me about this thing? I don't think I've seen this thing before.
I mean, it's a fairly slow fight, and basically, yeah, you...
How much is this DLC? I hope it's not one of those, like, 1999 DLCs. Those are stupid.
Yeah, I mean, it's, yeah, I mean, it's up there in terms of time. And, yeah, I mean, supers make this a little bit faster, but, not by much. And yeah, Yeah, so unfortunately, Silverrain's not going to find what she's looking for back here, and will not be able to get out.
So, Desert is Boots log. We are not going to be able to check that out now. So, Solski is going to steal a key. Never mind.
Yeah, I mean it.
Oh, actually, he's going to just go ahead and finish. No, my bad. He just can't get an item from the right side.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense because the way the key logic works, the boots cannot be on the right side, so he's just gonna defeat Landmo, and then he'll presumably be able to make his, or he will be able to make his way back here fairly quickly once he gets to the flute from Crocomeyer's area. Should he need to check these last couple items.
He also has the book. So he doesn't necessarily need the flute right now.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, although the flute is
Fast.
Or, sorry, the boots, or the book is a fairly slow way to get into desert.
Both items are on the right side. By the way, we're almost 2 hours in. That's our second crystal. Mind you, Solski has also done 3 Super Metroid bosses, Kraid, Phantoon, and Dragon. And we're going to go ahead and see Ridley here in about 6 or 7 minutes.
Yeah. And, yeah. So it looks like Solski's first gonna just check the front of Mire. I mean, it is possible for Kane to be in Mire. And I have had Vanilla Kane of Samaria once, and I last locationed it, so it's always a bit troll when that happens. Yeah, you need boots to be able to get into King's Tomb.
Well, at least with this recheck and everything, Silverrain might be checking Sea House here.
Yeah, we'll see if we we'll see if we see any kind of like rage bomb throws or something when Silverrain finally does find her mirror. I mean, I think that's basically the only option that with the item she has to like. I mean, because usually you can like rage sword slashes. My favorite of the rage quake, but yeah, Silverrain doesn't exactly have that many items available to her right now, unfortunately.
Alright, we have found 1 item so far in Mire. Still a possibility the second item's on Vitreous, and Solski's just doing a whole bunch of extra checks. Solski doesn't know what's going on right now with Silverrain. Solski is like, I'm still missing so many items. I only have 2 dungeon clears right now. I mean, Solski might think, you know, they're either tied or he's only slightly ahead or behind.
Yeah, I mean, I think based on the way that the seed's going, I think Solski probably feels, despite not having a lot of Link to the Past dungeons cleared, I think he feels pretty fine about it, because once he's able to find his the few progression items he's missing, he'll be able to just go mode almost all of Link to the Past.
Yeah, I mean, we're missing just 3 items right now on his side. There's a bunch of, like, you know, with nice to have items, stuff like Tempered and Charge Beam.
Yeah, so it looks like the last item is either on the right side or on Vitreous, which Solski currently cannot get to because he does not have the Gain of Samaria.
On an unrelated note, I am so happy that they brought back the Gain of Samaria for the Cadence of Hyrule. It was one of those items I was like, man, I'm surprised they never brought this back. Anyway, I am on Vitreous. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Cane of Samaria also turns out to be the most broken item in the game.
Silverrain was so close. So close. Not like this. Not like this.
Yeah, this is just a really unfortunate situation.
If you guys are not following Silverrain and giving her all your energy right now, I don't know. I mean, that's something that needs to be done right now. Give her all the love.
Yeah, so Silverrain unfortunately missed her mirror in Sea House, which locks her Morph Ball. So that pretty much just put a hard stop on her being able to advance in the seed. Solski gonna make his way up, worst room in the game.
Yeah, no, Solski has had the Morph Ball now for about 40 minutes or so, and right now that's basically the lead. And you know, every runner has that temper sword, but also every oh no! Silverrain sees the sword! Or Silverrain. You have to wiggle to get that sword, which could get you stuck, unfortunately. You can wiggle for it, but the issue with wiggling is you can accidentally get yourself stuck. Plus, you're in lava the whole time. You don't have a gravity suit.
Yeah, so now...
Oh, Solski is saying that for Crystal Flash. Oh,
Yeah,
the point I was trying to make, everyone has that one item that they missed out on once, and they will never forget that again, basically. Oh. Solski had reserve tanks.
Yeah, and because he had them on manual, he couldn't, he couldn't easily tell that that was why his Crystal Flash wasn't working. And now getting hit by Deskigas and probably will be Crystal Flashing momentarily.
There we go. Oh, some of the crystal flashes for the custom sprites are just amazing, by the way. I love the Mega Man crystal flash.
Solski going for one KO to get through that room slightly faster. Unfortunately misses the Shine Spark, but it gives us this cool Samus echo in the background.
Oh, that room looks so good. That was so clean. Alright, farming time. You wanna know what a great thing to farm is? Likes on rank 1 global posts. In fact, you can time yourself. You can like a post up to 100 times and time how fast you can click. Have you tried that yet?
I guess I did not realize that was a thing.
Now you know it's a thing! You know, another thing is they are our sponsor for this tournament, giving out some prize money to our eventual winners. Probably not you or I. Possibly Solski. Silverrain still has a chance. You know, never one count runner out, but Silverrain does have one more match in this group to get out of the group, basically. Solski will likely move on to the knockout stages after this match.
Yeah. I mean, in these races, it's not over until it's over, but Solski has an extremely huge advantage, so...
Easily, I'll say this is an hour. This is easily an hour right now.
Yeah, so I mean...
This is the biggest lead I've seen, and I've been in some races. And this is not against Silverrain as a player. I mean, Silverrain, you know, second quartile, you know, won her first game. She just had the unfortunate thing of missing an item, which happens. Happens to everyone, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, Silverrain is a very strong runner. And just, unfortunately, just had a brain fart and missed one item, and that just has cost her, unfortunately.
Now, Solski, by the way, had probably the cleanest Ridley fight ever for Ice Beam. And that's all the Super Metroid bosses down. We're still missing out on some locations. We have not seen all the Croc items. We're missing out one item in Right Sandpit and Shack Tool. So hopefully Solski shows us that. But if he thinks he saw that right item Shack Tool and it's something like Bow, this could easily be something to where once Silverrain finds her mirror, Solski will be in the same boat Silverrain is in right now. That's still a possibility. Are you guys here ready for the 6-hour SMZ3 race? And we just lost Link. Chad. Well, we already seen Alan Meyer, so it can't be French from the cane. We still have Ped that's not quite open. So Ped can be where Kane could be. It could also be where Boots could be. We could have, that's 2 items that can be on Ped.
Yeah, I predict we're gonna see an item in Lower Norfair Escape.
Like that swagnet?
I mean, that is an item. Not what Solski's looking for.
But your prediction came true, though.
Fair. The swagnet is in fact an item. Actually, Bugnet, I know some people consider it to have increased in value a little bit because in V11, bottles always come empty, as opposed to the previous version where they had a chance to be filled with a potion or fairy or bee already. But in this version, they're always empty, and
Ooh.
the fairies... Now my prediction, actually, of a useful item in Lower Norfair came true.
Solski decided, since no easy way to get to Meyer, doesn't know that the flute is in Krog. Instead of checking, I would have still checked Franker Z missiles. Yeah, the hell, yeah. Second lava dive is better than this, yeah. Ooh, does he have the health for this though? Oh no. Oh no.
As long as he doesn't take another hit, I think he's got it. And he can Crystal Flash if things go too badly. Now he just has to find a place to safely Crystal Flash. As long as the power round doesn't knock him too high, yeah, okay, he's fine. So the reason he had to be careful of his positioning is that you do not have iframes while Crystal Flashing. So if you go for a Crystal Flash and you get hit in the middle of that Crystal Flash, you will take damage on every single frame and very quickly die.
Oh crap, and now he only has 1 super for this. Oh no!
He can just go around. It'll be slow, but since he has the space jump, he's fine. It's just annoying. Yeah, that would have been a tragedy if he were to not have space jump.
Oh, Silverrain finally got the gate glitch. So we'll find out what's that grapple.
I want to say Silverrain already did this check a while ago.
I don't think... Got it? Yeah.
Okay, so Silverrain gonna go for the Indiana Jones grapple strats, which are very difficult, and unfortunately Silverrain falls on the very last grapple and is, yeah, unfortunately just
stuck.
Yeah, just has to reset.
So if you guys are wanting to see more SMZ3 1v1s, later on tonight on SpeedGaming 2, we have... Oh, actually, that's tomorrow. Doesn't look like... Looks like all the races that we have tonight are going on at the same time right now. But tomorrow, we have Indiaz versus... Oh, no. We have Piece of Soap versus Fusion Warrior on SpeedGaming 2. And Cross Product versus Hydra Power 78 on SpeedGaming 3. Those are earlier on in the day. Later on that day, we do have some Amarith versus Ice Zero. And Saturday morning, we have Iris Ethos Thesis versus a Sabin. So Link, are you following any other tournaments going on right now?
Yeah, I mean, there's also the SM multi-category tournament going on right now, which is in the 6th and last week of Swiss matches. So there's plenty of matches going on in that tournament, some of which have playoff ramifications.
And we got a couple tomorrow as well. The channels have not been selected yet for those, so keep it tuned to the schedule for that. We also have this Metroid Prime 2 Randomizer tournament going on. Now see what Vitreous gave Solski. We also have a Retrothon going on. Apparently, that's something I didn't see yet. So we have Final Fantasy Legend 2 going on, Top Gear 2. I see World of Illusion starring Mickey Mouse. Sonic Mania and 3D Blast. There's a whole Sonic block going on tomorrow. We'll find out what channel that's going to be on. The tournament I'm running, the Castlevania Aria of Sorrow Randomizer, is getting into their final few matches. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, like 7 best of 3s left in that. Hopefully those matches get scheduled real soon. Oh, look like Solski's going to go ahead and do TR.
And he got Tempered Sword off of Vitreous, so that's
He already had Tempered from Mickey Mouse.
Alright.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse Tempered for us today. Speaking of World of Illusion, that's going to be playing tomorrow. Yeah, TR is 5 items, plus we can see what's in Mimic Cave. I too love cake.
Yeah, so just an item in the first chest. So now going to grab these next 2 chests that are blocked by these torches. Fortunately doesn't get the quick hook shot, but is able to get the backup hook shot off of the bottom left torch to fall off the blocks early. Doesn't have boots, unfortunately, to do the really swag Cane of Burna dash, but still uses Cane of Burna to immune himself through those spike rollers. So it's gonna set up to double spin this this pokey.
Making it through Chain Chomp Room like it's nobody's business.
And picks up the big key right away. Now, he's still looking for a couple items, so he's probably going to be checking all of the chests here. But that's a location you probably would want to find the big key if you were go-moding this dungeon, because it would allow you to just steal the key from this next room to move on. But I don't think Solski is going to steal the key in this particular instance. Solski showing how laggy this room can be sometimes.
Alright. We're also going to see him in the cave. That's going to be given here shortly.
Yeah, I've definitely seen... well, Solski did not switch to mirror, so...
Just in case that was the bow, probably.
Actually, yeah, that makes sense.
Because, as it was said in chat, like, while Desert is technically boots locked and boots are in logic, like, before Desert is meant to be completed, bow could mean we're in, like, 21, 22 go mode.
Yeah, and yeah, because if you got... yeah, that's true. If you got bow, then there's only, 1 out of 22 chance that the Ganon's big key is on the torch. And I'm sure he will take those odds.
Yeah, Silverrain did find a pair of boots, just not the ones we were just talking about. At least she has new footwear to accessorize herself with.
Yeah, although at this point, finding anything for Silverrain is unfortunate because it's just going to push her away from Sea House. But
that didn't open up anything in logic for her, though. I mean, she's going to try to climb her tower, but technically without Ice Beam, this isn't in logic.
Yeah, that is true.
Honestly, she's just checking this right now because she doesn't want to keep on retreading on stuff she's already checked. Which is what she's been doing now for the last, hour 80 minutes, yeah. Man, wouldn't that mirror shield be nice right about now? Oh, that butter sword's pretty nice. We got butter sword.
And laser bridge. Other than that gold sword, a whole lot of nothing.
I haven't been counting IMs. There still might be something here. Silverrain does find the Cane of Burna. decides he's going to keep it. Well, what else?
Yeah, well, I mean, that can of burn up puts the Spike Cave check that she did earlier into logic. But I don't, yeah, otherwise doesn't put anything else in logic.
Ooh, that Buttersword did make this fight a lot faster, though. Yeah, the 2 hits are done because it only takes 3 slashes per gold sword.
Yeah, it's, yeah, 3 slashes for each head versus 5.
And a double spin slash. Oh. You cannot ask for a better try next fight. But that's done there.
Yeah, well, with that, we now have Pyramid Fairy opened up.
Ooh, that's true. Pyramid Fury is open. We still have like 5 checks in Super Metroid. We have not seen Crumble Tower. We have not seen Ice Beam. We haven't seen right side of Sand Pit or Shack Tool. And Franker's missiles.
Okay, so Solski's gonna check the ether tablet.
No, yep, Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones. And he's going to go ahead and do Spike Cave now.
Yeah. And then I imagine he's probably going to do Swamp after that and then combine that with a Bombos tablet and Pyramid Fairy check. Which is probably what pushed him to do Turtle Rock before Swamp. Nope, Solski gonna do Ice and Crumble Shaft.
So I was wrong when I said there was 5 checks, okay? No one's correcting me on any other times I said there was X amount of checks.
Yeah, I mean, I've already said, like, a few incorrect things so far, but...
Oh, no! That's one hot shovel.
Yes. Not what Solski's looking for, but that gives him something else he needs to check. But he can also kind of do that. He can also do that in this around the same time he does Swamp, so it's not the worst thing. It's not the most out of the way check for him to do.
Nope, going down to Croc.
I think he's gonna take a save before, and then that way if he finds nothing, which we know he's going to find the flute, he can just reset.
Well, does he keep the flute at this point in time?
I mean, that is also true, because I know there was a race last week where he gave one of the runners a hard time for activating Flu very late in a race. So he may very well just reset the Flu, but especially because he's done everything in the mire area. Solski wants nothing to do with that fire shield. Is going to generate a bit of extra lag by keeping Crocomire on screen.
By the way, so I was wondering why this message was posted in SRL. Now I know why. Silverrain finally gets the mere at 2 hours and 25 minutes.
Yeah, that cannot feel good. But now Silverrain at least knows or has found the items she's been missing, so we'll be able to continue with the seed. But yeah, again, it's not. It never feels good to have your progression that late. Solski getting the best smock ball in the game from the grapple room.
Oh! Pegasus boots at cosine!
So yeah, now
he's not reset.
Solski has reason to keep that flute, and probably to activate it too, to just get back to the mire area quickly.
Yeah, there's 2 items in desert, so he'll probably check those 2 items in desert before even dipping swamp. Actually, how much has been in Link's Past? We know Varia, Hammer, Moon Pearl, Morph Ball, and Speed Booster was in. Oh, Hookshot was in. So it's been 50-50.
Yeah. I'd say it wasn't like hugely stacked for SM, but it's just it kind of looks that way just because Silverrain has been hard gated for so long.
So did Silverrain grab flippers? Oh, by the way, Solski got charge beam. Yeah, Solski got charge beam. We're just now missing plasma for full beam. Nope. Silverrain has flippers. Silverrain's going to check all his swamp, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, I mean, Bo could still be in swamp. So we haven't seen anything in here, but that's basically the only progression that can be in swamp at this point.
Oh, hey, more duck memes. Blow flute to honk. Oh, we got the mushroom turned in too. And the shovel. We got some fetch quests to do. And we are one item away from go mode on Solski's side.
Solski does decide to pick up the bloomerang. He's also going to pick up a blue potion. Silverrain gonna just head right to the backside of Swamp. Is just gonna go for the traditional backside route.
Yeah. We still have Pyramid Fairy. We still have 2 lanes in the desert.
And looks like Solski is gonna check those 2 items, which are boots locked, so in his mind, he's suspecting that his bow probably is boots locked, or locked by some other progression item, so we shall see if that winds up being the case.
I mean, there's still also Shack Tool and the other few random items in, Oh no, Solski! You needed the boots for the key! I was gonna give Silverrain a little bit of time to catch up with.
Yeah, Solski also with the slight brain fart. It's gonna cost him far less time than Silverrain.
But what you're saying is we have a race on our hands, right?
I mean, yeah, we definitely. I mean, it's not over until it's over.
Ice Palace time! Let's see if we get some breaking in here. Well, we have Hammer Argus going on right now. This feels horrible. Oh, wait! Solski still hasn't done anything up here. We're 2.5 hours in a race. Solski has $1,700 in his pocket.
Yeah, I mean, as we said like 2 hours ago, Solski was gonna spend like an hour and a half in Super Metroid, and is like only now started to do a lot of these Link to the Past checks. And big key on Argus, so Silverrain is most likely going to be heading back into Swamp to check the remaining 3 chests, the big chest and the 2 left side chests. Silverrain does not have fighter swords, so cannot do fighter sword spins. That said, fighter sword spins do work against Argus. and are faster than the menu strats. But when you don't have any sword, then the menu strat is all you got. So, we'll see if up ahead we see some new tech from Solski.
Yeah, Icebreaker's coming up, something that just came out last month. Or was it 2 months ago? I don't know, it's pretty hot, it's pretty new.
Yeah. I mean, at the very least, it was only recently approved by the Link to the Past Randomizer Racing Council, and SMZ3 has thus far kind of just followed the decisions of the LTTPR Racing Council on what glitches are considered legal. And Icebreaker is one of them. So Solski's gonna line himself up in a very specific position, use Cane of Samaria, and yeah, glitch through that little wall there. And this is gonna lead to a much more natural routing for Ice Palace than in the traditional route. He's gonna just be able to hit all of the chests just like right in a row.
Question chat, if this is your first time watching, we have combined 2 separate Super Nintendo classics into one game, and you beat them just like how you beat those games. Just together. The game is over once both Ganon and Mother Brain are defeated. In the fastest time. Low percent. But this is not a low percent seed, unfortunately. Anyway, moving on.
Wow, that was all 3 items like right in a row. So Silverrain going to show us what is on the left side, chests and swamp.
Yeah, we haven't seen anything too big yet in Swamp, which tells me that the bow is in Super Metroid. Yeah, no. Unless it's in Pyramid Fairy. Bow's in Super Metroid.
Yeah, I'm predicting Shack Tool or Plasma.
We saw Plasma.
Oh, right, yeah. So I'm predicting Shack Tool. Exactly as I said.
Franker Z missiles that Solski could have gotten. So, Silverrain finally got her second crystal. Is now probably... Okay, I'm going to spoil a little bit. Silverrain dot timed and that's her out. She's going to get her morph ball right now.
Yeah, meanwhile, Solski gonna check Bombo's tablet. Because just before Swamp is probably the most convenient time for him to do so.
Well,
And finds 10 arrows, but not the bow to shoot them with.
comment chat, anyway. So Solski is going to go ahead and do Swamp. Silverrain with Morph Ball. The world is her oyster. Two hours, 39 minutes in. Silverrain can now play the game.
Yeah, getting a really nice hammer dash there through all 4 of those skulls. Yeah, Silverrain ignoring that heart container. Knows, unfortunately, that she is behind with how much time it took her to find a mirror, is going to just try to cut as many corners as she can to do whatever she can to try to reduce the huge advantage that she imagines that Solski has, and that we know that Solski has. Okay, so Solski is actually going to check left side swamp.
It's one iron.
And we're going to see some new tech. Because you think that Solski just flooded his key. But Solski's going to show us otherwise.
What item is Solski going to use for this trick?
So, what did I say was the most broken item in Link to the Past earlier? So yeah, so Solski just does some very specific movement in the water with that cane block, and basically is able to jump down and the game just forgets that the water's there. And that saves all the backtracking that is normally needed to get that key, go back, flip the switch, and then go all the way around to get here.
And it's called Diver Down. That was like discovered the same time Icebreaker was. Like, within a week. There's another trick that was discovered in Pod with the cane like a week after. That we may or may not see, depending on how Solski routes Pod.
So the unfortunate thing about the route that Solski took is that he is since the big key is on Argus, Solski is still going to need to go back in this dungeon to check the big chest. And now we're going to see another instance of Diver Down. Okay, he's doing, I think, a different setup than the one that I use.
You can also get down there with a bomb, right? Like you can.
Yeah. The bomb setup, though, is it requires a pixel perfect position, and I'm sure Solski knows what that pixel perfect position is, but it's way easier with the cane.
Yeah, much different Argus fight on Solski's side with the gold sword.
Yeah. Yeah. Getting trolled a little bit with Argus Puffs, but still just having better weaponry. Wow, that was a really quick phase 2 with just 2 fire rod shots and a gold sword spin. So Solski is going to go back for the big chest. We know that it's nothing, but at this point, Solski just doesn't want to leave an item behind. And I mean, the one thing that Solski knows that he saw the whelp from Silverrain in SRL chat, so I think he is probably presuming from that he must have a significant advantage.
Yeah, no, usually we request that runners do not speak in SRL chat. There's nothing wrong with what Silverrain did, but Solski has to realize after the whelp, after the first time, Silverrain messed up.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any kind of rule in this tournament against saying anything in SRL, but what you say in SRL during a race, your opponent may use against you.
I remember I calmed the daily last year. That was literally all the fetch quests leading to Moon Pearl, like all of them. And 30 minutes in, whenever the Moon Pearl was finally found after all the fetch quests, someone typed in SRL, "Is this a Plando?" And like 3 people quit right there with some choice words. There's our bow! There's our go mode! 2 hours, 46 minutes, and 50 seconds. Solski is our first runner to enter the go mode. Doing that early TR play. That's the Solski vision. Skipping Franker Z missiles. That's the Solski vision. Not even looking at the right item in the sand pit. That's the Solski vision right there. Yeah, considering where we're at right now, Solski is, what, 22, 23 minutes away from being done with the scene?
Yeah, thereabouts, yeah, because it's probably like less than 5 minutes for Paw, 10 minutes for like GT, a couple minutes for Ganon, and like 8 minutes for Mother Brain. So add that up, and that's about the amount of time that Solski has left. Actually, like, no, Pod's not even 5. Pod's like 2.5, because he, well, it depends on where the big key winds up. Or we know where the big key is. I don't exactly remember, because it was an hour ago or more that Silverrain was here. Silverrain, meanwhile, fighting Fantoon. Getting some decent Dopplers. Should just be one more round. Solski getting just destroyed by that jelly enemy trying to jump off the ledge. So Solski not going for right or for right side at the moment. I guess is gambling that the big key is in the back.
He's going for Iron Distancy. He's not going for a God Pod. Nope, those side jump boots. Solski's going to be happy to see those before getting to baby.
Yeah, because yeah, did he wind up finding a wave beam?
Yes, he found
yeah,
wave.
okay, so
That was the first beam we found. Remember?
oh right, yeah. So that means that yeah, he has everything he needs for baby skip.
Yeah, we're just missing plasma now. This plasma can still be in GT. It could be any place, really. Yeah, Solski now realizing this is a God mire.
Yeah, so I mean, I wonder, like, the time spent, like, he got rewarded with the high jump boots, but I wonder if the amount of time he saves with the high jump boots is actually worth the time that he had to spend full clearing the rest of Pod looking for his big key.
You want to know the real facts, buddy? At this point in time, it doesn't matter. We could make as many memes about how, you know, that can get Silverrain some more time up. Unfortunately, Silverrain still has, like,
Yeah,
2
I
hours
was just
of gameplay.
yeah, I was just talking in general, because I mean, it's like just like theory crafting about like what is the better choice on average. Silverrain in the robot room on right side of attic. Does not want anything to do with that item. Solski almost getting the quick kill on those turtles, but yeah, has to flip one of them a second time. Getting a nice hammer dash strat though.
17 hammer hits and 1 silver arrow. Oh, 2 gold slashes. I think the 2 gold slashes might be faster.
Yeah, he won't have to open the menu for that. And yeah, not buffering the or extending the length of his hammer hit with by holding a sword out, but yeah, very quick Helmasaur King fight, aided by all the weaponry he has.
No, we just... Oh! I was like, wait, that was the last crystal. Hey! So, even though we do not officially play the game, we do have to get through Ganon. In order to get through Ganon, we have 22 locations a Big Key can be at. And chat now, please put down your guesses between 1 and 22. Ooh, Link sniping out JTB with that 8 there. JTB is my friend. For a second there, I thought Eastern was the other crystal. We still have 1 crystal left. I was like, wait, why didn't he go into Eastern? Is he forget? Oh, wait. While we go up here, I'm going to talk about Rank 1.Global one last time. They are sponsoring this tournament, and they are basically a pretty awesome social network for gamers. Meet friends with the same favorite games as you, post, speedruns your likes, join communities, join groups. We have a whole bunch of speed gaming communities in there, and they are helping us out with the tournament winnings for this tournament. To find out more, SMZ3 is the command you want to use. Once Solski enters the GT, we are going to call the end of the game there, and we're going to start counting chests.
Solski gonna start on right side.
Gonna start out with number 1 being 10 arrows and number 2 being 20 rupees. Is going to... Is he going to hit... He's going to hit Tyler Room up, okay. Yeah, I think he thought he had a key. Well, that's fine, though. Yeah, he just goes like, yeah, no, I totally meant to do this. That's how you know Solski realizes Silverrain messed up. No one does Tyler Room 3rd but Solski.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see about it when he opens that chest and it's the big key.
So are you saying this is a Solski vision moment?
Maybe.
Oh! But he gets to keep on going right, though. It was a key.
Yeah. And I mean, regardless, even if it was the big key, he'd need to go find a small key anyways, although he'd just grab the one under the skull on left side.
Alright, 4 to 7 coming up here. We get the map. We get an E-Tank, which we still probably need some. I don't remember how much health. And 7 is our 15th heart. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the small key here. Do we go all the way to Ice Armos? Nope, no memes. None of those memes. We're just gonna go ahead and do left. Number 8 coming up is the torch. Which is another E-Tank. So he's gonna go ahead and grab it. After this, we got the Stafflo's room for 9, 10, 11, and 12.
Yeah, getting the nice bonk there to get over quickly.
Big key number 10! If you are big key number 10, you are today's winner! And by looking in chat, that looks like that is going to be our wonderful and beautiful and awesome and super swell admin, Miss Metroid. One of our tournament organizers for this. Go ahead and give her a follow and a victory and all that good stuff. She gets 9, and 9 was the closest one. So we now just have to go through the Ganon's Tower Gauntlet. Oh, Monkey 1879 gets 10? Sorry. Oh, I did not quite see that blue. My bad. I have a hard time seeing some blues.
Solski making very quick work of Gauntlet Room 1. Very quick and well-executed gauntlet from Solski.
Oh, very nice silver Lamos 2. That room is so laggy with that torch in the bottom left.
Yeah. The lag is the thing that makes that room hard. Not even the fact that it's shooting fireballs, but how much lag it generates.
Silverrain gets her red suit.
Yeah, and getting that one cycle on Wizrobes too.
Yeah, that's where all the E-Tanks were.
Yeah. Yeah, he's making the decision to open the chest in the back, probably because, again, he has at least an idea that he is ahead.
Also plasma. Definitely he probably wants to show off all the tricks in the Torian, including stand-up. And stand-up is really only worth it if you have plasma. Almost get a triple there, but I don't know if the first 2 fireballs only counted as single, though. Nah, that could be the second double.
Yeah.
Alright, double, double, double.
Yeah, Solski making that fight look easy, which... doing it optimally, it definitely is not. The difference between someone like me doing that fight and someone like Solski doing that fight is just huge.
Yeah, with Gold Sword, this fight is actually a pretty quick fight here. I believe it's, what, 6-6 for the first 2 phases?
Yeah.
Then 4 for phase 3, because every phase 3 is 4. And then 4 silver arrows. Bo was in Pyramid Fairy. Ganon, please. Ganon, please. There we go.
Yeah. Those teleports are just random and you kind of just have to deal with it.
Ooh, nice double from Solski before the lights go out.
Yeah.
Do we get another double here? Get your single G's in chat for Solski with that nice double-double.
Yeah.
You can't have a cleaner fight than that. I'm sorry. Until someone discovers how to do the quad arrow and somehow gets it done before the lights go out. So we're getting very low on health right here. As Solski takes the final trek down to Torian.
Yeah. Silverrain was basically lucky she had Varia, because without Varia, even with gravity, she would have taken 60 damage from those spikes, which would have been instant death.
That's funny, Silverrain's facing the first boss of the game as Solski's about to walk into the final boss of Super Metroid.
Yeah, BT just a pushover when you have supers.
So first, do you want to explain the 3 Torian tricks that Solski's definitely going to be trying to do 2 of them with?
Yeah, so now Solski is going to be setting up for baby skip. So by doing a particular set of jumps, he's able to basically jump rope the baby Metroid. He's going to have to kill the moss on the left-hand side of the room, and then is able to just do a mid-air morph and go right through the door. Unfortunately, though, gets grabbed and is just gonna have to go through this cutscene. He might have, I think he shot the hopper at the top, which generates a bunch of lag, and I don't know whether he did that intentionally, but I think then he just wound up with his next jump not being quite what he wanted, and so he is going to refill his energy. Some runners in this situation would prefer to just go for a crystal flash to refill their health to avoid that door transition, but because he had reserves, I think he just decided he was going to just take the refill rather than trying to drain his reserves. Especially because I think he had like 2 or 3 reserve tanks. So now he's gonna do, yeah, so he did the Zebetite skip there, where he's able to freeze Rinka in a particular position, get on top of it, and then spin jump through the Zebetite with iframes, and then the remaining 3 do not spawn. So Solski's just going to use ammo on Mother Brain, which, with how many supers he has, he might as well.
I mean, the charge beam he has now doesn't even do as much damage as a single super, does it?
Yeah, if it... Well, yeah, I think he has Charge Ice Wave Spazer, so it would do exactly as much as a super.
300 or 600?
300. Supers just do their normal damage to Mother Brain.
Okay.
And as a result, Solski is not going to bother with stand-up, because it's just not going to save enough time to be worth going for. So he's just going to get a cutscene. He's just going to go through or sit through the cutscene.
Yep. Once this cutscene's over, we get some very, very awesome music, and the hyper beam, and then the rest of the game is basically autopilot.
And rip baby Metroid.
No, baby.
But now Samus has the hyper beam and just shoots it over and over again into Mother Brain, and Solski having a very excellent Mother Brain 3, just constantly getting those shots in. Which Mother Brain 3 is not a terribly hard fight, but doing it optimally is as with everything in this game, pretty difficult. It's so easy to just miss one input and then you lose the rhythm of it, and you can take a couple onion rings to the face and lose a ton of time.
Yeah, so we're in the escape. Handful of rooms to go through. We'll see if Solski decides to save or kill the animals.
Yeah. So Solski in Leodoc's room. See if he goes for the last moonfall of the game. Gets it. And now is gonna just go for the Shine Spark up the climb. Now for Parlor, or as I like to say, the hardest room in the game on PB pace.
Nope, animals are dying. Guys, get your GGs ready in chat, because Solski's going to win this race with a time of 3 hours, 14 minutes, and 4 seconds. We'll go on into the knockout stages. We'll find out who he'll be facing here in a couple of weeks. Silverrain plays for a little bit longer, but will forfeit, unfortunately. But GG's to Solski. We'll see if we can get him in here for an interview.
Yeah.
GG Solski. Yes, I will be speechless too after
Thanks.
that scene. Oh.
So what do you want to talk about? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions or?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I was like, here I'm trying to ask a question. He's like, can you hear me? Okay. So what was their decision to skip like Franker Z room and not go back for Shacktool?
I didn't skip Franker Z, and I didn't want to go back to Shacktool because it made no sense. At all. I guess I could have to play it safe, but I kind of forgot about it, and then when I remembered about it, I was like, yeah, it's just way too late to go back now. So just keep pushing ahead.
Wait, you checked Franker Z? Because it looks like when you grabbed Samara, you just went straight back to Meyer.
Franker Z is... Where's... Oh, wait. Where was Mario?
Right before...
Oh! Well... I was like, I'm confusing Mickey Mouse and Franker Z. Okay. It's Three Musketeers,
Yeah,
dude.
no.
Like, don't call it Franker Z. It's Three Musketeers.
Yeah.
I was
Well,
like,
I mean, yeah, that basically wound up not mattering. Unfortunately for Silverrain, she wound up skipping Sea House, and that wound up being far more costly because she didn't get her mirror and wound up just stuck for a very long time. And so when she typed whelp into SRL was when she found that.
Gotcha. And then that's when they would have found Morph, yeah. That's such a bad Morph spot too. Like, the C was like really slow. Like, for almost all of it. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, and I agree about like that being just a terrible morph spot because it's like that's one of those locations that's really hard to route in, especially without boots.
I mean, again, it's like it's like so many feels bad moments in the seed. Like when I got flute and boots after, because I didn't want to do. I wanted to route in Ellen to Croc, and then I got Red Cane. I was like, I don't have flute yet. All right, this sucks. So I went down, had to reverse, like ran into 3 Mach S's during the reverse. Like I had a Crystal Flash, and then didn't get the item. Didn't get the second item at Vidi, and then just set me on a chain. And I routed it back in because I was like, I don't want to leave it. And it was flute and boots. I was like so mad. I was like, well, especially after like going up to the mountain to TR, I could save a lot of time on that climb, but whatever.
Yeah, what other things do you think you would have done differently this seed?
I don't know. I just wanted to play defensive and just kind of took the steed easy, but that seed was like pretty rough, man. For like an SM perspective, it was like what 3 or 4 E-tanks for pretty much all seed because GT hid like the remaining 12. Like it was pretty bad. So, but it wasn't like too bad. It's just like you didn't have like screw attack or plasma or something. Plasma was bigger for me just because I'm used to the strats to like clip through the key hunters with like iframes, right? Like screw attack would have been nice, but not necessary kind of thing at that point. But yeah, it just was like a really slow scene in general.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Really
only a few locations we didn't see. So I mean, we didn't see what was on pad. We didn't see the back of Skullwoods or what's on Armo. So I mean, I was surprised we didn't find plasma or screw with everything else we found.
Yeah, they're probably in GD. I think, like, I guess Franker Z. And what else did I not check? Shacktool. And Link to the Past, it was like, I think Pod Big Chest, because I did the stupidest round pod you could ever do. And what else? Armos Night.
we didn't see right sandpit, right item.
Oh,
So-
it was nothing. It was,
Okay.
like, missiles or something like that. Yeah, if it's plasma or screw attack, I definitely would have grabbed it at the time. But yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so you move on. You're out of the group stage. Who do you want to face first in the knockout rounds?
Well, funny you should say that, because I have, if the brackets stay the way they do. Where was it? Oh, hold on. Give me 1 second. So brackets are kind of already preformed. Unless they shuffle it. Who was I going to face? Who was we going It was going to be
Looks-
Lack, actually.
Looks
If
like
he won.
second in Group W.
So I was predicting Lack for that, but then after that, it's pretty much hot seat.
Oh, just
So-
kidding.
I'm not gonna lie, I considered for a hot minute, like, hey, I'll just play the losers final. Because that bracket would have been like free to the finals, but it's like fine. I have to face Aussie or Andy or someone sooner or later, and if everything stays the same, I'll face Andy after Aussie, so.
I mean, almost a reverse of what would have happened in winter 2018. You faced
Yeah, but it's
Andy-
like best of one, so it feels real bad. Like if it's best of 3 and I lost out to like Andy or Aussie, I'd be okay with it. But like anything can happen in a best of 1, like anything. So you can go either way.
Well, anything else you want to add aside from plugging your own channel?
Nah,
Where
I never
everyone
played
could
my
be
own channel, but
Where everyone else SMZ3?
nah. Seeds suck. That's about it.
All right. I think that does it. Silverrain forfeited. I think she has a vendetta against this seed, so she's just going and play it through. You guys got anything else you want to add, Link?
Just yeah, GG Solski, and yeah, also GG to Silverrain. Like, just unfortunate that she just had one brain fart that kind of put her extremely far behind. And yeah.
Yep. Well, thanks Solski for the interview, and good job on the race, and good luck on your future races. And I think we'll just call it here. On behalf of all the SpeedGaming, don't forget to follow all the 6 channels plus our foreign languages channels. Check out the schedule for future races, and see you guys next mission.